with this, because it is very much connected to women's women's rights, and of course gender equality. And so I have structured such that we will be starting with an introduction of how the society is unequal in terms of economic, social, political, and cultural inequalities, and how the economic inequality is actually given rise to other inequalities, so emerge and sustain also. So in this picture, you can see, let me talk also distinguishment, equality, and equity, which we are often not able to distinguish. But people try to use invariably both equality and equity together, but they are not. So equality is one which is depicted in the second part of the picture, where it is saying that everyone is given the equal opportunity irrespective of their ability or gender or community, that is the cultural socioeconomic background. So the society or the state means the government feels that, okay, we have introduced several schemes, and that schemes are supposed to be utilized by the people, so let them use equally. But actually that cannot, because there are people who had experienced historically kind of a disadvantages and discrimination, and one community could go to education even 100 years back, but some communities which even at present they are not able to go to higher education or even school finals. And when it comes to the question of gender, it is further fueled because the women are expected to be the caregiver and rather than a economic provider. It is the complete gender divide in terms of these gender roles, where women are just expected to be the caregiver and men the providers. But it is changing. In my women are also equally providing, and it is not only, I can't even say that they are changing. It has been right from the human history. The women are working. Only thing, the women's work have not been counted as work, or it is not paid, it is not monetized, it is therefore not visible and marketed. I mean, not marketed, and therefore it continues to be invisible, unpaid, and non-monetized. So whereas men, they go to work and visible, they get visibility, and this itself, this discrimination and division of gender role itself is a violation of human rights. So, but in this context, equality cannot be taken as providing the same facilities to everyone and let them access that. No, you have to discriminate positively to provide more facilities in terms of reservation, in terms of special incentives, in terms of relaxation of the fee age, etc., so that the so-called historically disadvantaged will be able to join and go in. And this kind of discrimination, positive discrimination, not necessarily to go on and on. It can be there till a level playing field is achieved. So that is what equality is. Equality is just seeing everyone as equal, and any program will go equally reach, and they have to get benefited. But equity is something that you provide more to the needy and try to less to the most, I mean, not much needed to that particular intervention. And whether it is education, whether it is health, or whether it is any other employment, etc., certain sections of the population did not have any opportunity to occupy the highest position, leadership positions, etc. And therefore, there will be some kind of a relaxation in terms of age, or in terms of their even education, or in terms of reservation for 20%, 30% for the women, or the scheduled caste, scheduled communities, or the tribal communities, or disabled communities, etc. So that is what in the second picture, which is talking about equity, where the one which is taught, you can say she is rich, or she or he is very economically well off, and therefore they can forego from using the government incentives. And the second, of course, managing, therefore you can give. But the other third one is suffering. So if you draw in a curve, this third will be below the x-axis, saying that they are in the negative. They'll be borrowing for everything, even to meet their everyday food needs, or they may not have any land. They may be labor communities, or single women or men households, no one to support. and they are the pension holders, old age pension holders, something like, are disabled, etc. So this is what, if society views everyone as per their needs, then it is equity and fair distribution will happen. And this is what it has happened in the second. So you please understand the difference between equity and equality, and therefore human rights should take into account first the equity, and then let that equity be ensured to move towards equality. And of course, the other two pictures are the extremes. The one is the first one, the reality is saying that there is huge inequality where one is completely rich 10 times than the one which is the next, and there is one which is negative. So that means that some 20 to 30% of the population are below poverty line or hunger households, whereas the other top 10% or 1,000 times more than that, and they you all know how corporates or rich group and people who are able to build 24 to 30 for family, which is not required actually. And the middle class is always there in the middle class, like it is shown in the middle figure. So there are extremes that one it's very very rich and they spend even 2,000 to 2,000 3,000 per month towards the pet animals. I've been seeing here, and I can quote in my own observation in Delhi. Now it is winter, and that's why I'm wearing the sweater and all. So there are I literally see every day when I was coming to the office or going to the office, the dogs are being given very good coat where they have stitched. They are all dogs of the respective households there, and during the morning they'll be coming out, I believe. So they would be wearing coat kind of that covering their body, protecting them from the coldness. But you do have in the same city, which is a capital city in India, and the same platform, people lying on the very open group of people. It is the nomads or people who are not able to get any shelter. I wonder, oh, this is happening in the capital city of India. What is there in what is I mean, it is not surprised to see in other cities. So this has been the reality. That is what I am bringing these to. So unless these inequalities, it is not just one equality, it is multiple in terms of this. You can say class means economic inequality, caste also. There is always a relationship or association between caste and class. Whoever are the feudal and landlords, they happen to be the upper caste also. They are right from those days. And now it is a corporate now in the urban context or industrial context. In the agricultural context, it is the landlords. And you have the people who are employed there in the government service, etc. They'll be belonging to the middle class. It is partly rural, partly urban. And the other lot are the poverty-ridden households or low economic base background households. There they will be kind of struggling to meet their livelihood needs, or the both ends meeting itself is a challenge for them. So this is what the caste inequality, and also they are scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, or OBCs. They also belong to that kind of low income categories. And there is also another kind of gender. You can say it is male, female, and transgender. And male continue to the society which is dominant in terms of capitalist or corporate leadership, and therefore also male dominant society where women are always kept secondary to men, and the transgender further down.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, sorry for the interruption, ma'am. Your
Mm.
PPT is not moving, ma'am.
No, no, I'm still on the first only.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Thank
still
you, ma'am.
explaining the picture only. No, I think
Yes, ma'am.
people
Yes,
are
ma'am.
listening
Thank you,
to.
ma'am.
So, so that it can be either. I mean, focusing on these three divisions only. There will be other multiple divisions. So it can be male, female, transgender. It can be rich, middle, and lower income group. It can be the upper caste, middle caste, and lower caste, or it can be also like the people with ability, proper ability, and disability, and ethnic communities also. You know, Northeast community, Northeast is still not distributing the resources, and there is no barrier at all. So that is what the socialistic countries actually focusing on. Okay, so I'm presenting this picture particularly to make you understand that the society is unequal, and that itself is a point of discussion for human rights. And you are talking about contemporary, and this, unless otherwise this inequality, multiple inequalities are addressed, then they will remain as contemporary issue forever. Now I am moving to the next slide. Hope it is visible. So my topic as such was given was women's rights or the human rights. So I produced some evidences from the various documents. So because why women are rights or human rights, you may not have to divide them. They are the human beings, and therefore they have to be, it's a fundamental rights, and they have to have education, equal rights to education, free from violence, have to get fair wage, and the right to vote, etc. Because these are all not these things are absent. Savitri Bai Phule, how she was the one who initiated school for girl children, first schools for girl children, that to Dalit children. How she was treated, she was humiliated. It was an inhuman. Recently, on January 3rd, we had her birthday celebrated. But the unfortunate thing is that when she used to carry two saris, it seems, when she was a school teacher, and initiated on her own, mobilizing support from everybody, and also offered that particular education for the Dalit children, because I told about the historical disadvantages that different class and caste faced in the society in Indian context. Because in Indian context only you have the caste is a big issue, and ruling also. And so education was denied, so she had to fight for that. When she was going to school, the other upper caste people will be, used to be throwing stones, throwing the cow dung on her, and therefore whenever she goes, she will be taking two saris with her, so that one she will be wearing, and the moment she goes there to school, she will share, change the sari, and then while coming, she will wear that sari. So this is what the kind of the extreme humiliation and inhuman action that came from the very upper caste, the privileged community, which was imposed on the underprivileged or deprived communities. So we lived in that context. So we have changed a lot now, and whether we are free completely, that is the issue. So there are also people violence. I need not have to mention that. That is an important issue to be discussed in the context of women's rights violation, and in the context of human rights also. Recently, from November 25th to December 10th, we organized the 16 days activism with respect to what you call the kind of um, what is it, International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women, to the Human Rights Day on 10th December. And we could get a lot of insights in the 16 days activism, because it was online across the country. Different institutions joined from, it was all universities joined from different parts of the country. And we could quote two important aspects in that context. One was from Mizoram University, who shared that how Mizoram is really helping